Welcome back, friends, to the Emergence Days Invitational Season 2, Week number 6, as we are diving into our Round 1 game between Ghost Gaming and Hive, as we're hopping into our Map 3 here on Exhibit. Myself, Landon Lano Sanders, on the call, joined in part by Ryan Fools Summers. Like we said, Ryan, a pretty interesting series. Hive out of the gate looked fantastic on Asylum, winning that one 5-0. However, on Map 2, Ghosts were quick to respond back as they won District 5-4. Much different results, however, as we dive into this third game on Exhibit, I'm excited to see exactly how both these teams come out of the gate. And before I can even hand it over to you, Hive claims the first round somewhat easily.
Yeah, 54 seconds to get that triple cap, of course, starting off strong. One elimination across the entire Ghost Gaming team.
You hate that.
So if you're a fan of Hive, these young guns are starting off hot. Of course, you're going to see those early weapon placements, very likely going to be some form of utility, either on the back end or on the home hill, of course. Exhibit being a little bit of a unique map, of course, because the hills do not move. Of course, kind of reminds you of Dam back in Gears of War 4, where the home hills did not move out of the trucks. And this one, though, the hills don't move at all. So we're just, it's a constant party. We're here for it the whole way through, and it looks like we're going to have that Boltok being placed in the back end. You know I love to see that. I'm a big fan of that Boltok.
I love that one in Tidy's hands.
Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
The Boltok is ridiculous. I mean, the amount of damage it outputs, and as you get closer, it does even more damage. So you can get a lot of sometimes single-shot Boltok headshots up close. And we saw Tidy trying to reaction shot within the last match, so definitely a guy I like to see using that weapon. On the back end, looks like Ghost Gaming has elected to put a Boltok in Desanite's hands as well.
So that one can come to use. Tidy off the start doing some damage, however, with the other pistol. Here comes the flash for Demise, as you see all of Ghost Gaming doing some damage. At least off the break, and just as Demise decides to wrap himself back around, Identivs is there to body slam him onto the pavement, as that will be a quick-looking domination. However, keep in mind, C currently up in limbo, as Tidy will manage to get that rotation down over there. Chaos falls, however. It looks as if there was still one other player around that area, and that it's going to be Dezo. So an opportunity for a collapse. The nice Boltok shot to the dome, as there we have it. Sharpshooter Dezo taking down Tidy with his own weapon of choice. As hills back and forth we go. However, it looks to be the advantage maybe going the way of Ghost Gaming. Okay, never mind. Just totally forget what I just said.
I still don't know why every team, every map doesn't put a Boltok down. I'm going to continue to say it. If I was a coach, it'd be absolute Boltok season on my teams, because that thing is just absolutely insane in the right hands. Good job by Desanite putting that to work. Of course, a lot of those players in the LATAM region, very, very good with Boltok. Play a lot of singles. I know guys like Desanite in particular like his 1v1s, very good with those weapons. Identiv's also insane with that weapon. So you can't go wrong no matter whose hands you put it in. Early advantage is going in favor of Hive.
This is what was kind of expected in a lot of the matchups that we've seen between these two so far. A lot of the rounds that we've got to watch. Hive in the initial phases have looked fantastic, and kind of went back to watch a few of the rounds on Asylum, and that's pretty much what the case was. It was their early round dominance that really started to make Ghost Gaming struggle. However, a bit of a slow time. Dezo, first one to fire off a few shots, however, takes some damage on his side. Identivs falls in the meantime, so keeping in mind this is a 5v4. Here comes the rush from Dezo. They need to walk away with this, as that will in fact be Noe, who manages to make it back toward middle. Dezo can't get enough, however, and here comes TJ, the knife, in the midst of the roll. Lovely stuff coming through from TJ with the shot or the knife. The man is bringing knives to gunfights, and he's making it look simple. Lovely stuff coming through from TJ.
Yeah, you're going to see Monkeys trying his best to kind of keep his team back into this. Moving forward. Again, we're at the 215 mark. Of course, Hive with those two hills. Things are looking good. Monkeys versus Tidy. Essentially for that hill, at least as of right now, because there's a player off spawn. So despite winning that 1v1, Monkeys is going to be met by another member of Hive. And again, not a ton they can do just yet. He's going to have to win this fight. The longer Hefe just kind of messes with Monkeys, the longer that A hill stays capped. And now at the 247 mark, there's nothing Ghost Gaming can do, despite some decent fights kind of early on. It is Hive. Extends that lead to 2-0.
Yeah, this is, I think, the territory where if you're Ghost, it's like, all right, guys, can't let this happen again. I know I've kind of made my own strategy up, but a lot of teams really kind of start to struggle in the respawns. Once they go down 3-0, they start to invest a lot. They kind of maybe have in their minds, hey, you know what, we're just one round away from the half. Let's try to invest a lot. And sometimes that can equal out to players maybe not even having a life kind of toward the end of the half. So you'd really like to see Ghost Gaming come out and walk away with this round, not just because of the overall cycle of how fast it can be to get to 5, but also for their sake to make sure that that 4th can't come in so easily after. Shout out to production for showing us that quick little scoreboard, as it is just not looking oh so great for Ghost. What the highest elimination count was 4. Definitely want to see that tweaked when it comes down to this 3rd round.
Yeah, I guess the silver lining, I guess, could be because some of these rounds have been so quick. At least Ghost isn't, down very far in the respawn economy.
Yeah.
Things are about level when it comes to that. So I guess if there is one silver lining so far, at least, is that you have the resources in play to kind of equalize this back up, potentially add a 2-2 half. Desert getting the party started with that Bulltalk. Put a ton of early damage on it. Tidy, someone can even just touch him. He's going to likely go down. Monkeys is there, going wide. That is going to be the down. Good teamwork coming in from Ghost. Looks like Dezo's going to be flanked. TJ not able to pick up that kill, so currently a 5v2 situation on the map. The last remaining member will be up top. Early advantage is to Ghost Gaming. They continue to move forward. Of course, we now are in the 3rd round. Spawns are getting a little bit quicker, so if you're going to make those moves, it has to be quicker than ever. And it looks like Hive is starting to spawn back up, so Ghost can't push forward for that trip cap just yet.
That's going to be the progressive point of focus as Tiny ends up getting taken down. Demise absolutely has to reference back. It's about, can Ghost make it through the layers in time? It's like we said, shorter respawns. Going to have that in the main frame. Idenevs takes down Noe. And there we go. See, still in the hands of Hive. I believe there's going to be one player on the hill. Has to jump off, though. And in the meantime of this fight, if you're Ghost Gaming, at the very least, you are keeping Hive away from having any points. Also, obviously, the eliminations, the kills are nice as well as those start to sequence in. Player number 7, the farthest pushed up, that is going to be Hefe. And this could be the sneaky move where he goes over to A, and they have that double home hill set up back in their favor. However, Ghost quickly on the attack. TJ, however, is going to be here. Can he get the revive?
And it looked like he jammed, too. That could have been the perfect flank, but he kind of pulled up, starting to mess with his gun a little bit there. It's going to end up being a fall, but here comes TJ somehow, some way. Staying alive and trying to extend it even further, unfortunately, isn't able to.
But look at Hive. Look at that,
now
though.
if you're Hive, you're sitting out, so that's basically 3 alive on each team. That could have been a hell of a lot worse. Again, Ghost still with the time lead. As a little bit of a trade comes in there. Obviously, if you're Ghost, you still have a lead, you still have time to work with, but you feel like you gotta win that.
Is that Dezo or McCree? I can't tell. Unfortunately, he's flashed, which would be kind of counterproductive when it comes down to Overwatch. However, regardless, nice shot actually in the back calf. That one hurts, I can promise you that. And Dezo continuing to kind of gain some bits of information, and I was going to say, in the midst of a flank, I'm not sure how successful it's going to be. Why? Because most of the players have fallen. Hefe exposed over at B, as Dezo's just looking for a revive right now. Dezo looks as if we'll manage to get back up, and that will be a successful push coming in from Ghost as well. They're also making progress over at A. All things positive so far for Ghost. We'll see if Hive can break back in.
And an opportunity to try to get the decap on a couple of these hills. Of course, the Ghost was there and was ready. Here comes that late initial push. Sorry, that late push. Not the initial push, the late push. It's not going to be enough. Ghost Gaming will hold on, get themselves back on the board. Is that a new Gears Esports skin I see on the back?
Might be. I don't recognize.
I'm losing my mind here. I don't know if I recognize that one. It doesn't look like the one they got from San Diego. I got to maybe hit the store when I get home. This Ghost Gaming finally gets back on the board. You can see, I mean, if you look at the slaying, it's not
totally different.
It's not that far out, right? You got players kind of on the top end on both sides.
Was it 4 eliminations that was the highest coming into that round?
Yeah, I mean, I think after the first round there was just 1, so there was that start.
Yeah.
So
it's a pretty big improvement.
A few the next one. I mean, It looked like honestly they got a bulk of those elims kind of in this past round. And again, we kind of pointed out the fact that Ghost did have a lot of respawns sort of at their disposal to potentially bring this back to a 2-2. So they're on their way there right now.
That might have been at least 11 eliminations for Monkeys.
Double Bulltalks in the back end.
Ooh,
am I seeing that right?
I am
double
sharpshooter. And both teams have been fantastic with it. Obviously, we've been giving a lot of props to Tidy, but Dezo, in that last round especially, was looking fantastic with it.
Yeah, both Tidy and Demise. It's like an arms race match.
Monkeys tagged up as he tries to go in the hallway. Like we said, sharpshooter v sharpshooter. Here comes the flash. Tidy trying to weather the storm, and Monkeys ends up taking him down.
It's the second time we've seen in the heat of the moment a gun jam. Very, very unfortunate. You see Dezo versus Noe. Noe knows another player there. Gets the first down, trying to reposition. Oh, got some help. Good flash coming in from Hive. Demise getting 2 big kills. Noe still somehow staying alive. The numbers now are favoring Hive. Identiv's stuck between a lot of members, and now he's going to drop. Now it's a 4v3 situation in favor of Hive that's going to give them that B hill, and now you're going to have Tidy looking over this lane with that Bull Talk, has a good line of sight over to the B hill, has a good line of sight into that kind of hallway. The setup, if you're Hive right now, you're just building up time, right? You're trying to figure out which lane they're going to push in as Chaos gets unfortunately cut in half by the lasers.
Goodness, that's rather unfortunate. That's a rough way to go.
Yeah, it's not what
you're just admiring an exhibit, and you know, you end up paying the price in more ways.
It's a dangerous museum when you think about it.
It really is. I wouldn't really recommend staying here for very long. Like I said, flash photography is allowed. As Dezo making his presence felt over in the midst of B, thankfully. Has Sleeper to do all the dirty work for him, and here comes the double pinch. Looks as if Sleeper still in the midst of that fight. I think both of them actually end up getting taken down, yeah.
It looks like there's a member of Hive off spawn that'll probably get there first. On the other end, Efe trying to hop on that C hill.
Oh, I love the smoke. Oh.
But yeah, he's kind of in enemy territory, so those players will be off spawn. We'll get that quick down. Let's take a look at the respawns on both sides. Tidy down to 0, Noe down to 0, TJ down to 0. On the other end, it's Identiv's down to 0 himself. It's going to kind of be a battle of sort of where where the teams can kind of eliminate those players. Obviously, the advantage in the respawn economy is favored to Ghost. He tries to kind of go back towards Sleeper. 2 players with a lot of respawns, so if anyone you want to die on Ghost, probably these 2. Sleeper just gets put right in the blender. Monkey's knows he has to kind of back right out. The fight kind of continues on. It looks like it's still starting to favor Hive. And now taking the time lead with that 2-cap. Unfortunately, the demise is going to be dropped. That'll put him now on his last respawn. Dezo looking to make a second on the Tidy. He gets it. Great shots from Dezanai. That's going to take Tidy out of the game, and at the same time, his teammate Noe falls as well. So good opportunity for Ghost now to kind of take these hills back, use these numbers advantage, and take this round to bring this to a 2-2 half.
They've got the time on their side. They've also got the hills in their favor. And the overall score of the match is about to enter into that as well. Chaos not on full lives by any means. Obviously in his last, so he'll fall. Keep that in consideration. But like we said, TJ, Hefe, last one's up. We'll see if anything, any progress can be made. It's just not looking all that likely anymore, as Hefe, consolation kills is what this will be. At the very least, he can walk away knowing that he got one more frag, but it's all about the round victories, as Ghost Gaming will claim their second, and we are tied up at 2 going into the half there, Ryan.
Yeah, look at Monkeys now, 22 eliminations in very short time as well. Of course, we know that the first round they only got 1 combined, so Monkeys has definitely been playing well through the first half. Of course, we are in the second half. Respawns all back up for each player. No more respawn economy troubles. Sure. And of course, the respawns themselves, those timers have jumped right back up, so we're back onto those long spawns. If you get one of those early wipes, you can a lot of times move right onto the home hill with these long, long respawn timers.
Quick update for the folks at home. Fire and Ice just claimed victory over Estral with a 2-0, which really isn't all that, I guess you could say, surprising, considering the way that Fire and Ice have looked in Emergence days. It's back-to-back grand finals as Monkey sneaks up on Demise. And now, if you are the boys on Hive, your back was exposed. And Tidy trying to fire a few shots as he's going to enter back in the fight. TJ, being the force himself, runs on through and is doing so much damage to the opposition. Pistol on the backside. There goes Dezo. Sleeper's going to be there for the revive. But like we said, starting to body stack in Limbo. Who's going to walk away with these? There goes Dezo. Sleeper still hanging out, as that's going to be the boys on Ghost reclaiming control here at E.
Big play by Sleeper, getting a couple of those nice shotgun kills despite being just full red, right? Damage everywhere. Obviously, that Omen's very overbearing, so for him to kind of stay composed, hit those shots, and keep them in this, but it is Hefe putting Monkeys on skates up top. Going to give Hive a bit of a kind of man advantage for now, but of course it is Ghost Gaming still with that E-Hill. See members of the Swarm team begin to edge up. Looks like they're pushing over towards those outside lanes. Obviously this exhibit map, 3 pretty defined lanes when it comes towards this E-Hill. just waiting. Now you're going to see Hive hop on that hill, at least get the decap. Trying to cap it themselves.
Oh, gosh.
And just Demise hitting that Boltok. You see just the damage it puts out. I believe that was Tidy. You got that down with the Boltok as well. So you got both Tidy and Demise, both with Boltoks. Dezo with a Boltok himself. I'm watching Arms Race right now. I'm convinced. I mean, this is enough McCree references out there.
I think the flashes are perfect combination with that as
Oh,
well. Nice bit of roll there coming through from Dezo as TJ actually does
On his last down, yeah.
have a laugh there. Has a moment to make things a little bit awkward. Like we said, in terms of the hills right now, Ghost Gaming looking to claim both E and D. And they will actually win based off of the scoreline. So keep that in mind. Hive having to be the players to make the push happen. Hefe actually enters in toward E, and just as Sleeper tries, or rather TJ, excuse me, tries to jump on in, Sleeper was there to cut him down. Ghost holding on to their hills, and now the question remains, Hive, what do they do?
Yeah, and obviously you see Ghost will win. Despite being down right now, by the time these seconds kind of build up towards 250, it will be Ghost who are in the advantage. They're about to take that time lead as we cross the 230 mark. Hive have not hopped on any of these hills yet, so things are looking good if you're a fan of Ghost Gaming. Ghost is even, for good measure, hopping on the F hill as well. So despite a hot start from the boys on Hive, it is Ghost Gaming who have now put together 3 straight rounds in our tie-breaking map.
Ghosts are starting to come alive. We talked about their first map on Asylum. They lose 5-0. That's scary. That's a very scary sight. And we talked about how in both matchups, in Emergence days and also at San Diego, Hive ended up winning that on both occasions. So in terms of their series versus each other, it is a 2-0. But can Ghost get it done here in the in the late stages of our current series? Monkeys, the leading slayer right now, not just for his team, but for the entire game itself, leading the lobby board at 27. A big round for Ghost. Can they get to 4, or will Hive even things up? We're about to find out. Make sure to tweet out the stream, twitch.tv/UMG Gaming, as round 1 is only starting to begin as Tidy actually falls off the rip. A lovely placement coming through with that ensign. That should be a first blood struck for Ghost. We'll see if they can capitalize on it.
Yeah, and you can see they can't jump into the hill just yet because there is that bed of fire there waiting for him. But the early advantages once again starting to favor Ghost, but almost getting that kill on the Sleeper. But Monkeys is there for the trade and revive. Great plays by him now. He's going to pull a Boltok of his own out. Is Tidy there waiting for it? It's hit a couple times, but it's not going to be enough just yet. Early advantage once again favoring Ghost Gaming. Hive forced to kind of play that retake game. You can see Tidy edging up towards that E-hill. At least going to get the cap. He's going to likely be pushed. Going to try to wall bounce a couple times. Identivs is going to take him out. That's going to give Ghost Gaming E once again. Obviously continuing to hold that numbers advantage. And now you're going to see both Tidy and TJ. They spawn back in. That's going to put them down to 1. Meanwhile, on the side of Ghost, you can see a lot of players up at 3 and 4 respawns. So things are looking good on the Ghost Gaming side. In this second half, Noe gets 1. A lot of quick movement, thanks to Vexies, as Identivs tries to just escape as best he can. Luckily, his teammate Monkeys continuing to slay out in this kill feed. Monkeys has been so strong in this exhibit map.
Been a threat to deal with. He tosses out the flash. That should help his teammates as Tidy tries to back up. Lovely shot from Monkeys. Demise will thankfully take him down, but it's going to be Ghost who pretty much make up for their fallen comrade. The near domination coming through. Can anybody from Hive hop on a hill? And yes, it will be player number 7, Hefe, leading through the comms and trying to lead through the play as well, as he'll wrap up his team's home hill. And you notice Identivs instantly just kind of hanging out toward the outside, maybe just firing a few extra shots. And Ghost will reclaim this one over at D. And now Hive, they have to make the move Player number 7, here comes Hefe. He dives in a little bit late. Is he going to hop on the hill? He doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, he was the last player alive. You could see that Hive. I think they realized that they were down a respawn economy. I think they said, hey, if we're going to try to claw back into this map, we cannot do it with one respawn. So they basically decided to kind of throw that round away and basically kind of just use as much resources as they can to chain together 3 rounds of their own. Obviously, it's so hard to do when you're down to just 3 different players at one respawn,
sure.
for example. So obviously, somewhat of a risky play, but at the same time, a pretty smart play in the grand scheme of things, because if you have to, like I said, have to put those rounds together,
that's
you
true,
can't do
yeah.
it without living.
It's a great point to bring up. Like we said, Ghost, however, though, on series points, Hive have to play perfect if they want to advance to the semifinals.
Look at Monkeys, 32.
Yeah, he's continuing, man.
Going off.
Absolutely.
All map long.
Also, we talk about interesting weapons. Sniper, now inside of E. We've talked about how precision has been a big factor so far throughout this one. I'm excited to see who maybe can get that long shot in their hands first. As Monkeys, like we said, the leading Slayer, wants to come through early. Actually does get tagged up, and I like the decision to back up there, right? Already knows he's weak. Probably has to hit 2 shots to the opponent's 1. And that's all credit to Tidy for at least slowing that play down for now. When we talk about backing up, Tidy has to do much of the same thanks to that flash.
He's kind of advanced forward. I think he realized very quickly his teammates are beginning to fall. He's going to be at a disadvantage. Uses the Boltok, gets 1 headshot, misses a couple to finish the second, but now that's going to put him in at least a 1v1 situation. Unfortunately, those teammates continue to fall all around him. He's trying his best to get out of dodge. Ezenide staying on the aggression. It's a nice first shot, hits a nice second shot. Beautiful play from Tidy, staying composed despite being Lancered. He's been doing a great job just staying alive despite, a number of Ghost Gaming players shooting at him at once. Staying composed, hitting shots, and getting kills.
And there's Identivs with that sniper. Like we said, you have to be careful if you're Hive to not expose yourself all that much, and Tidy does exactly that. Here comes that ring of fire as we talk about. Tidy feeling the issues of it, but at least has the warmth. That's what they're going to have to hold on to right now, as sniper shot just narrowly takes down Demise, whistles through his legs. Like we said, only 3 shots left for Identivs, but still yet. It's what the presence of this weapon has that causes all the issues. Hefe getting tagged up as well. No eliminations found from it, but that could actually change as Identivs actually shoots his own teammate and has to pay for it. A big sequence there for Hive.
I can't tell if there's a headshot with the Boltok or a headshot with the shotgun. Demise obviously holding both, but nonetheless, a big play. It's going to put Ghost now at 3 dead. Hive obviously need to win this round. Their tournament life on the line. Those are the kind of plays you need to make. You're going to see Dezo a little Boltok action of his own. And he's just get the Nash route now that he's in the close range. But again, a couple members of Hive, they're waiting. This is an opportunity for Hive to take a lead right now in the later stage of this round. They're not down by very much, so they will reclaim a lead very, very shortly. And there's a member of Ghost Gaming down over by the F hill. Looks like Monkeys is going to get over there. No one's actually cleaned him up. So Monkeys actually going to get the revive, and now they're on the F hill. I don't know if anyone from Hive realized they didn't get the down, and now, just like that, they're on all 3 hills. Luckily, Hive hops on E, but now, Landon, we're towards the later stage. That was an opportunity for Hive to get ahead. And now Ghost is in the driver's seat.
And now
what has just happened?
It's all about the fight at E. This is pretty much the only thing that they can hold on to.
Ghost has 2 hills.
They have to hold on. Trying to make their way from spawn is the opposition. Dezo coming through, trying to strike him with the nade, and actually hits him instead with the Boltok. Lovely shots. Can anybody get here? TJ falls as well. Like we said, this game is starting to get out of control. Surely Hive don't bring this one back, as D still is in their favor. And it looks as if Hive, do they have anything to fight for? And no, they do not. As the emotes come through, Ghost Gaming get their revenge on Hive. They said San Diego's pretty much stung a little bit too much, as Monkeys, the clear MVP, walks through this game in a lovely fashion, help leading and contributing to the team. 35 eliminations, allowing for a lovely game for him, as Ghost Gaming, like we said, get the revenge on the young guns of Hive.